Kate Middleton underwent an emergency operation in high school. Future queen? Yes. Drama queen? Definitely not. Kate Middleton opens a new tab, might be the future Queen of England, but she's not a drama queen. Is there an opposite of drama queen? Like, as in, someone who weirdly downplays objectively dramatic life events? Because Kate might actually be that instead. Case in point, when Kate was in high school, she had a major health scare, followed by an emergency operation, and throughout the whole ordeal was like, May, NBD. Relays the story, which is just terrifying. Apparently, during Kate's time at Marlborough, she discovered a lump on the left side of her head. The school called Kate's mom, who promptly took her to the doctor. That doctor ordered an emergency operation to remove the lump. I can remember the incident and her having an operation. Anne Patching, who worked at Marlborough for years, told Nickel. I don't recall anything happening on the hockey pitch, field, that had anything to do with the lump. Catherine had the operation during her term time. She was back at school very soon afterwards. As usual, nothing was too much of a big deal for her. You could never accuse Catherine of being a drama queen, but Carol was very worried, as any mother would be. The evidence of Kate's emergency opens a new tab. Operation is still around today, in the form of a scar on her hairline that you can still spot in pictures of the Duchess. Privately, she and William, who uncannily also bears a scar on his head from being struck by a golf club at age 9, are said to refer to their wounds as their Harry Potter scars, Nickel wrote. Just another thing Will and Kate opens a new tab, have in common. Singapore. Britain's Prince William and his wife Catherine arrived in Singapore on Tuesday, the first leg of their 9-day tour of 4 countries in Southeast Asia and the Pacific region. Prince William and Princess Kate, known as the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge in the royal protocol, received warm welcome at the airport before they were whisked to the Botanic Gardens in Singapore on Tuesday afternoon. The prince was seen wearing a dark blue suit with a light blue tie, while the princess emerged in a knee-length dress that is largely in the color of cream but adorned with pale flowers. The crowd that had gathered at the Botanic Gardens for a glimpse of the royal couple screamed in excitement as their convoy drove by. Many members of the public, some of them British expatriates, had gathered at the Botanic Gardens upon news that the royal couple are going to make a visit. In line with the Botanic Gardens' tradition of naming new breeds of orchids Singapore's national flower after visiting dignitaries, an orchid there was named Vanda William Catherine. It was a free-flowering orchid hybrid with white petals, sepals with purple-red spots and a dark purple lip. The couple also viewed 2 other breeds of orchids that were respectively named after their grandmother Queen Elizabeth II and the prince's mother, Princess Diana. A man in the crowd outside the orchid garden held a bouquet of flowers and a portrait of Diana. I just like Diana, that's why I brought it here, he said with a smile. Partly thanks to the visit of the royal couple, the hotel room rate had surged recently. Some British visitors reportedly changed their schedule in order to catch a glimpse of the royal couple. William and Kate called on Singapore's Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong and President Tony Tan Keng Yam at the Istana on Tuesday evening. They were also hosted to a state dinner by President Tan. Tan said bilateral relations between Singapore and the United Kingdom have flourished under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. The relationship between our 2 countries has remained strong and tightly knit over the years, underpinned by deep historical ties, a shared language and substantial mutual interests. Our bilateral cooperation has grown steadily and now spans a broad range of fields, including politics, trade and investment, defense, culture, education and science and technology. Prince William said, "We are delighted that the relationship between the UK and Singapore is now as close as it has ever been. The high-level visits in both directions, including yours, Mr. President, to London earlier this year, the strong trade and investment links, the expanding scientific and educational ties and our close defense cooperation, all make this a particularly close friendship and partnership." While in Singapore, they are also expected to visit a public housing estate in Queenstown in the southern part of the city-state and tour the Rolls-Royce factory here. After leaving Singapore, the royal couple are scheduled to visit Malaysia, the Solomon Islands and Tuvalu. While in Malaysia, Catherine will give her first speech outside Britain as a member of the royal family. News that the royal couple are going to make a visit. In line with the Botanic Gardens tradition of naming new breeds of orchids Singapore's national flower after visiting dignitaries, an orchid there was named Vanda William Catherine. It was a free-flowering orchid hybrid with white petals, sepals with purple-red spots and a dark purple lip. The couple also viewed two other breeds of orchids that were respectively named after their grandmother Queen Elizabeth II and the prince's mother, Princess Diana. A man in the crowd outside the orchid garden held a bouquet of